My fellow Americans, words have many meanings, and sometimes instead of conveying our meaning, they can suggest other meanings.
When we talk about the children of the community, they are children of the community.
Well, we are the United States of America because we are united. And we are states.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Whatever we have in store cannot be known. The past was once the future. The future is, I should say, unknown.
We got to take this stuff seriously as you are, because you have been forced to have to take it seriously.
Obesity is a serious disease, and it needs to be taken seriously.
You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work and get home.
I hope that clarifies the issue, and this can be the last word on those words.
Certain issues are just settled.
Clearly we're not.
No, that's right, and that's why I do believe that we are living, sadly, in real unsettled times.
I wonder if her short hair phase on the show is what inspired Carrie Lake to cut her hair that way.
I would hope so. I do feel like too many politicians are. I do feel like too many politicians are kind of taking their cues from
Fiction.
House of Cards these days, though.
Oh yeah, true. Oof.
Maybe we should dial it back just a little bit.
All the way down to molesting teenage boys.
Damn it, I like Kevin Spacey so much.
I know! It's hard to separate the art from the artist, but I have to.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sake, Steve Earle is a gun-grabbing liberal pussy, but I'm going to rock fucking Copperhead Road anytime it's on the radio.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yay.
Pretty much.
So Hulk Hogan did the opening for Donald Trump at the RNC, and I saw an interesting thing. It was like said Hulk Hogan is super right wing and Stone Cold Steve Austin is left wing. He's not exactly, but he is. He's really. So Stone Cold is like. He's really like normie.
Yeah, he's like The Rock. If The Rock,
he's a hicklib. He's like a hicklib.
Yeah. He doesn't have he doesn't go as far as The Rock. The Rock, everything is like meticulously curated. You know, his whole image and everything. Stone Cold does that to a degree, but he's also like a dude, you know.
Yeah, like he has a lot of like political positions on social issues that are very they're very normie. That's like he's not going to take an extreme position on something, even if he probably doesn't necessarily believe everything that he says, I would imagine, but he definitely does it. He definitely takes the middle of the road approach to a lot of stuff.
Would you say he's financially conservative, socially liberal?
Probably.
Stone Cold as a libertarian is.
I don't know, man. He's going through his cat daddy phase these days. He's been doing a lot of videos with his cats. Yeah.
And then John Cena is just a
Chinese shill.
He's just a China puppet. So.
Getting
that money.
I mean, they love him over in China, so I can't blame
they absolutely love him. I mean, do what
Chinese, retards, everybody loves him.
Yeah.
My wife really loves him, so you take from that whatever you want.
Your wife's Asian? I thought I was the only one who had an Asian wife.
No, the other thing.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of, all right, we've had really nice weather for the last, I don't know, about 4 or 5 days. And so, like yesterday was the warmest day we've had. It got up to like 83 yesterday. So we've had the windows open and the air turned off. And the kitchen is like the hottest room in the house no matter what. It was added on to the rest of the structure sometime in like the 60s or 70s. And I don't know why, but it's just terribly insulated. And I can't...
Indian burial ground.
Probably. But it's always a lot warmer and
Trail of Tears.
more like
You come across a monkey paw, don't touch it.
whenever I get up in the attic, like that's as far as I go. Once I cross over into the new structure stuff, it's like nope. I trust the rafters over the old stuff because it's so warm in there. Like and it's always kind of like sticky, and so I've got a big dehumidifier that runs in there all the time, and as long as that's running, it feels better in the kitchen. Well, it'll start blowing hot air, and she just turns it off. And I'm like, why did you turn it off? Like, this is the only thing that makes this room tolerable to be in during the summer. She's like, well, it's blowing hot air. Like, it literally has a filter on the back. You just take the filter out, walk outside and smack it twice and knock the dust out of it and put it back in, and it's right back to blowing cool air. This is not difficult. So guess what was not running?
Humidifiers make heat. I mean, as part of part of how they operate, you know, but they pull the humidity out. You know, it's a trade-off.
Like,
that
this
feeling,
thing is literally the thing that keeps this room tolerable. And like, don't fucking turn it off. So guess what was not running when I walked in?
Dude, it is crazy how much, like, it's not, you know, it's not just temperature. It's, you know, overall, like, there's so many other factors with like how a room like feels. So we get a situation now where like we set our AC at like 82 during the day because it's so hot outside that even if it's at like 80, our AC is still just running all day because it has to, right? So it feels so fucking cold in the house, even though it's only 80. It feels frigid because you know, it's pulling all the humidity out. You know, that's the big one. So for us Florida people, that makes us feel chilly real quick. But yeah, just, you know, even though it's 80, it fucking feels freezing. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe that's my warm blood.
That's like the little house that we've got over there that my kids stay in. Sean will turn the AC down to 72. I'm like, dude, this thing is 4,000 years old. They literally don't even make the coolant for this air conditioning unit anymore. Like, it doesn't matter what you set the temperature on. This house is never going to be below 78 degrees. Like, so set it on 78 and just leave it the fuck alone. Like, you've got fans and everything. Quit turning the fucking fans off and just be comfortable. Like, it feels fine in there. I don't know why. I walked in there, I don't know, yesterday, and like, it was 78 in there. It felt good as shit, especially after I'd been outside working in the yard and stuff all day. Like, maybe you little motherfuckers need to go outside for a while, and then you'll appreciate a 78 degree house instead of trying to turn the thermostat down to 72 and blow this air conditioning unit up that's barely holding together as it is.
Yeah, they don't make Freon like they used to, man. Like the good shit.
When we first moved in 2 years ago, it wasn't blowing any cold air at all, and so we called the HVAC place here in town. The guy came out and checked it out, and he was like, the coolant that we have for this unit is literally all there is. He said, they don't make it anymore. We cannot get any more. He's like, so I can charge it now. He's like, but we'll never be able to charge it again. I was like, okay, well, this was one of the things we had discussed moving in, was we knew we needed to replace the air conditioning units on both houses. So I did the one on the main house last year, and I had planned to possibly do that one this year, but other things came up, and I'm currently setting money aside to do it next year. And yay, $9,000 just thrown into having things be cool, I guess.
Everything's just gotten worse, especially with like all the planned obsolescence. Like, I think the only thing that's gotten better with time, like quality wise, is weed.
Dad can speak more to that.
Well,
When's the last time you had some sticks and stems?
It's better in that way, but here's my bitch about it, is that, and I'm going to blame this on Prohibition, but weed got so, like, strictly THC focused that they bred out all, like, the other shit, like, all the good medicinal shit. So it's like, now, yeah, you got this weed that's, like, 30% THC, but it gives you horrible anxiety and, has no health benefits, kind of shit. It's like, what I really miss is, like, good, like, we would have called it mids back in the day, where it still sort of came in a brick, but it was full buds, and the big thing was the seeds were fully developed. It wasn't little white seeds. And that shit was cheap as fuck. It was like good sativa. It was like that good high where you walk around and the permagrin, just smiling and hearing music in your head. And, everything was just great, And now it's like, yeah, we have all these options, and I like it. I hate that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the good shit that God put in there for a reason got bred out of it. Because of like any drug, when it's prohibition-wise, you gotta make it as potent as possible. And even they say like shit like coca leaves, like just chewing coca leaves, like okay, it has all this like medicinal benefits, but when you synthesize it down into cocaine, sure, it's a hell of a lot more fun.
You have a fun time.
Yeah, but you lose. I guess you lose any of that other. It just could have been a natural, like caffeine, a little pick me up.
You also lose your freedom if you go too far with it.
Yeah, exactly.
White people make their edibles so strong. What are you running from? Why am I tasting colors? I just wanted to go to Target. Now I gotta call somebody to come get me because my car turned into a spaceship and I don't know how to fly it. I'm not an astronaut.
Why? It's like bait. What do you know the joke I'm thinking of? You guys know, right? What do you call a black astronaut? I'm not gonna say it, but yeah.
It's been a while since I heard that one.
Got nothing but the classics.
An astronaut, you racist.
You bigot! How dare you?
Well, what was the joke? What's black and in the back of a cop car? The seat, you racist.
Okay. Yeah, so there's one that was like, oh yeah, what do you call a black guy who flies a plane? He's like, oh, a pilot, you racist or whatever, Yeah. Whole series of them, I enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
The non-racist racist jokes. Yeah.
Regional variants.
Yeah.
Have to account for,
I still love the show Archer when you guys watch that. Lana accidentally shoots the black astronaut. He's like, Lana, what did you do? That's like killing a unicorn.
I used to watch the shit out of that show. I haven't seen it in years though. It gives me like so much anxiety though, because it's like the end scene or whatever is always they're in some big stressful gunfight while having an argument about some personal bullshit, and it's just like it's so overwhelming. I'm like, stop, chill fuck out. I'm too high for this. The weed's too good.
This is supposed to be escapism. I don't want to remember back to my childhood.
Oh shit. What's her name? Pam's a trip. I like Pam.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn to do that? Well, I grew up on a farm, so.
Speaking of a trip, if you were taking a trip to Yellowstone right now, you'd be seeing something pretty interesting.
Shit! Run!
Shit. Yeah.
Shit! Run is the correct response to that.
Run!
Yeah, I wouldn't even be filming it. My phone would be like looking like one of those multicam,
the
Cloverfield. My shit would be bouncing around as I'm running away.
So
were they somewhere they weren't supposed to be, or was the geyser blowing up more than expected?
Park rangers
it just exploded.
Yeah, park rangers said it's never done that before for as long as there's been a park there. It destroyed the there are these like boardwalk type things that go through it, so you can walk through the geysers without like being in danger of hurting yourself or getting burned by them and stuff. And they said it completely destroyed the walkway there where it went off. Like they said it never done anything like that before for as long as there have been as long as it's been a park.
That's not Old Faithful, is it? I mean, they got to rename it if it is.
No, this is the Yellowstone guys. There's like
cheating hussy.
These don't shoot up like that.
So the one in Yellowstone, is that the super volcano that they say is like dormant and we're due for an explosion anytime?
Maybe.
I know I can't remember if it's in Yellowstone or what's the park in California. One of them, Yosemite. Yeah, one of them has like a dormant super volcano.
Well, because that's what warms the geyser water, right? Isn't it like
Yeah.
way down
Yeah,
volcanic activity or something?
You can smell the when you're out there. You can smell the sulfur as you're walking around, like when it because they're like constantly bubbling and churning and stuff, and like it's whenever they're bubbling up, it's very very strong. Like you can really smell the sulfur coming up through there. Very cool. I've got some really cool videos of from when we were
Gateway to
there.
hell, man.
Yeah.
Gateway to hell.
Yeah, Yellowstone's always on my bucket list with Montana. The only volcano I've been close to was the one Mount Kilauea on the Big Island down in Hawaii. That was pretty wild.
We were gonna go.
Was interesting. It was really cool, but I had a huge problem with all the national parks that we went to. Mount Rushmore was really cool, and it wasn't super duper packed and like crazy. Glacier and Yellowstone were just packed to the fucking gills, and I'm driving, like, and y'all know how I am with traffic. So,
Well, also, like, Mount Rushmore probably wasn't bad because you're related to those wagon burners.
It was also later in the day when we went to Rushmore. Like, it was.
Oh, okay. So the casinos were packed. I got it.
Yes. It was getting on in closer to the evening whenever we went to Rushmore, whereas it was like middle of the day when we were at the other ones. So Yellowstone, we went to Old Faithful, which was cool, but it wasn't going to erupt for like another hour and 45 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, we're not fucking sitting around here for that long. So we came in through the northwestern. So there are like 3 entrances to get in and out of Yellowstone. And so we came in through like the northwest one, coming from Montana, crossing into Wyoming right there. And we were going to leave through like the south one and go across through Nebraska that way. And so when we left Old Faithful, we just headed south, heading for that one. And we drive for like an hour or so and then hit traffic. Like everything's at a dead stop. And every so often we would see cars come back the other way, and then we would move forward a little bit. And it's like, well, they're letting stuff through apparently. Finally, some angel comes rolling through with the window down, hanging all the way out. He's like, nothing's moving, turn around. Like, apparently the only reason we were moving forward and that there were cars coming back was people getting out of line to come back the other way. Yeah, so it's like, thank God, like, we've only sat here for 45 minutes, and this dude finally comes driving by, and he's like, just turn around, nothing's moving. So we drive back, stop at Old Faithful, get gas, pee, do all that stuff. Of course, it's too late. Now we weren't going to sit there for an hour and 45 minutes and wait for it to erupt. Now we've missed it. So now we're all just pissed off. So now we have to go out the
You don't get to see either. And then...
Right. Didn't get to see shit with Old Faithful. Now we got to go backtrack and go out the east entrance. And we got caught in traffic that way too. There were fucking bison in the road, and all the fucking Asian tourists are like just pulling off, like not even getting off the road, just pulling over on the side of the road, blocking fucking traffic, getting out, taking pictures and shit. I was like, I'm about to run over every one of these motherfuckers. I don't even care.
Dude, my old lady and her sisters and their mom, they make fun of those types of them. And we actually made her mom take those like type of photos when we were in Hawaii. We're like, hey, you got to do the posing with like a cloth flowing in the wind behind you, standing on top of a rock. We were doing all this. Yeah, it was a blast.
So we ended up spending literally the entire day in Yellowstone. It was very beautiful, really cool, fucking miserable, and I was ready to kill everybody that was visiting the national park. And then we got out and got into Cody. And Cody, Wyoming is really cool. I was not in the mood for seeing much of Cody. There was a big rodeo going on, And I was like, I just want to eat a fucking steak and go to bed. And there was like one steakhouse open. And I was like, I told the wife and kids, I was like, I don't give a fuck what you order. Like, they had a $45 prime rib. I was like, I'm getting the $45 prime rib. So I don't care what y'all order. Just get fucking food. Like, we are going to eat and enjoy sitting here and not being in the truck for a little bit. It was interesting.
Which John Candy movie was
family
it?
kind of car.
Which I'm sorry, Dad. Go ahead.
I know. I said nothing like good family time in the car. High quality family guy. Family time.
What John Candy movie was it where he has to eat the whole steak so the whole family eats for free? Was that The Great Outdoors? It wasn't Uncle Buck.
I do not remember. Great Outdoors would be possible. That was where he had his rich brother, but no, his brother wasn't really rich.
Right, Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he actually lost all his money or something. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't remember that one that vividly.
Fact check that later, Justin.
It is The Great Outdoors.
Good movie.
A 96-ounce steak. I would be willing to give that a shot.
I would try. I'd give it the old college try.
96 ounces.
There's some videos of some dudes eating a 72-ounce steak.
Now 72 I think is manageable. 96 is where I'm like,
once you get to a certain like number, Trey,
especially if they have
72, 96, ain't that far apart.
88,
I can do it.
88, 91, whatever. They're just all just numbers. Speaking of eating a whole bunch. Oh, here we go. This is interesting, rough. I don't know.
nice, Magoo.
Oh God.
Have you guys?
Mukbang, Jesus.
Tragic loss. Extreme eater Pan. I don't know how to say that. Xiaoting.
Shouting.
Lost to a local McDonald's. Am I right? Oh.
Didn't.
Eyes during a live
I don't know where
stream.
fat people eat these days. Or local
everything.
It's
everything, Dag.
Everywhere, actually, they don't eat anywhere.
Everything, everything, everywhere, all the time. They made a movie about it.
They don't eat anywhere. They eat at home.
Of course, it would be an Asian too.
They have Uber Eats deliver all of it.
Yeah, they don't even have to waddle there anymore.
Well, no, they deliver to themselves.
Some of them go through the drive-through, though.
Right? Can you imagine?
The car eating videos are so weird. Like, why would you watch somebody eat food in their car? I don't understand.
Can you imagine Jared from Subway if he didn't have to leave the house to walk to Subway to get the sandwich and then lose all that weight? Then he would have just been a fat, like, child porn pedophile.
Well, the secret is he lost that weight molesting children.
I'd say his kiddie porn collection would have been like 3 times the size it was if he didn't have, and he probably would have died of heart complications.
Oh, see, I thought that that was his motivation to lose the weight, is he couldn't catch the neighborhood children as a fatty.
Oh,
so Subway gets the credit, but really it was his drive.
It was more pragmatic. All right, I got you.
Exactly. Yeah, it had a utilitarian function.
Oh my gosh, this is terrible.
Dude, have you guys noticed like the whole, like, obviously we made fun of the body positivity bullshit for a bit, but have you seen the ones that are like blowing up now online? The park hoppers at Disney World, that they're in your neck of the woods, boy, Dag. They're your people. Some people call them park sloppers instead of park hoppers. They do videos.
The people who get like the fast passes and they like.
No, these are land whales that do like videos where they go and show you, here's what we're eating, this is the restaurant, here's this is that, and here's like some made up condition that I have that from doing this, but it's actually just because I'm like 400 pounds and I've walked a lot, and that's why I have a rash.
So you're saying they do these while they're at the amusement park? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Dude, they had, it's what is it? It's a Small World where you ride in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had trouble fitting in there. It's a fucking boat.
Well, it was built in the '60s. People were much smaller back then.
There, when Shaq played for the Magic, there is pictures of him riding that ride. The man has like
Yeah,
size
Shaq can
24
fit in it.
shoes. Okay.
Yeah. Shaq can fit in it, then. You got no excuse, fatty.
See,
I
was trying
body
to look,
positivity. Go back to being sad, fat people.
I was trying to look up the fat Disney chick, and instead, this is what I found. Disney reveals its first plus-size heroine in a film about body dysmorphia. This looks like it's just going to be fantastic.
Wait, they actually said dysmorphia? That's bigoted. I thought we weren't allowed to say the word anymore. Unless it's
the New York
like,
Post.
unless it's involving guys, bodybuilders.
It's a New York Post. They say what they want.
Ah.
Dude, that'd be a Pixar movie. It's a bodybuilder, and each of his muscles is its own personality, and they they're the traps, getting arguments with the quads. I don't know. Those are the only muscles I know. Yeah.
No, like your.
That's Amy Schumer. Is Amy Schumer voicing this one?
If she's not, it's a missed opportunity.
It looks just like her. I'm not
For
joking.
both her and Disney.
Yeah. Well, Disney's bleeding money these days. They're hoping they make it back with the fucking new Deadpool.
Yeah, that's like the their savior is Deadpool.
And Wolverine. Well, I mean, they gotta have X-Men in there too.
I am really looking forward to seeing that, though.
I am too.
I already got our tickets.
Did you have you seen any of the other trailers that have dropped recently? Did you see the Beetlejuice 2?
I'm not watching. Oh, yeah, I haven't watched like any trailers.
The Beetlejuice 2, like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate it, and I kind of want to watch it because everybody sleeps on Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton is a very funny actor.
Yeah. I like Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
Beetlejuice, the first one was a good movie, man.
I love it.
Pardon me. I think it still holds up. You know
It
that
does.
I could not believe, because I'm really bad with faces, but I don't know. It's within the last 5 years that I found out that's the guy the shooting guy, the Russ guy. What's
Alec
his name?
Baldwin?
Yeah, that was Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
That guy's like thin and stuff. But yeah, he's really morphed over the years.
Well, dude, he used to be in some bangers back in the day. He was in The Hunt for Red October. A lot of big roles back in the day.
You know, those actors, they get work done, and even that's why even sort of the like people were talking about the like, oh, Joe body double. It's like, yeah, he probably got some work done too, so that's probably why he looks a lot different, like in some ways. But I don't know that they have. Yeah, that and all kinds of medication that he's having to keep him alive.
The Joker sequel. That was the other trailer I saw that came out yesterday. The Joker 2, the one that they're making. It.
So terrible.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not a. It's a musical with Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sean asked if we were going to go see that. I was like, I'm torn on that one. I'm not sold yet. I need to see a couple more trailers to really sell me that I want to go see this. So I took the kids and we saw Twisters over the weekend.
I heard it was good.
Very good. It's not as good as the original. It does in the early on early on in the movie, it pays homage to the original, and then it kind of tells its own story, and it's massive destruction, chasing tornadoes, some really interesting, cool shit. Like one of the guys that I work with, he said, not to spoil it too much in case y'all were wanting to see it, but he was like, I want to try some of the stuff that they did in that and see if it works. He's like, I just want to face a tornado and see if some of those ideas work. I was like, there's a truck that puts augers down in the ground and anchors himself down so they can like sit there and ride through a tornado. I was like, you want to put those fucking anchors on your truck and just sit there and let one run over you, don't you? He's like, hell yeah, dude. It's like,
have at it, boss.
We rode out a hurricane in a fucking Ford Ranger one time. I'm pulling in the middle of a field, probably about the safest place you can be.
Yeah. It was good though.
Me, the wife, and 3 dogs.
I've seen a bunch of movies lately. This is what happens when my son works like 4 hours in the middle of the day on fucking Saturdays, and I've got literally nothing else to do but go to watch a movie.
Rough life.
I know. I mean, I guess I could like take my wife and daughter with me and spend the day with them or something.
Ugh. Go shopping. Ugh.
They love me too much and want to spend time with me too much as it is. Like, how do these guys like end up with these shrewish wives that hate them and never want to spend time with them? Like, my wife is like,
my wife,
will you come to bed and snuggle me? Why aren't you talking to me? Why are you running off to go do a show with your friends? I'm like, why do you always want to spend time with me? I love you. Is that enough? Why we always got to be together? Craziness.
Well, you know, like traditionally people say like, oh, women are like cats and men are like dogs. And someone pointed this out to me once. It's actually totally the opposite because, like, you know, when you stand up, like if you're sitting on the couch and you stand up, your dog's like, where are you going? And if I'm sitting on the couch and I stand up, my wife goes, where are you going? You know, and I'm like, I'm nowhere. I'm just right here. I'm just adjusting the blinds or something. You know what I mean? Where are you going? Like, I'm not leaving you. Relax.
Yeah, it's like I'll walk through the living room. I'm just like going to get me a refill my drink or whatever, and then she'll just be like looking at me like watching as I go by. Where
are you going?
Yeah,
where are you going? Why aren't you paying attention to me? Why aren't you talking to me?
Guys, your wife's like, oh, I'm gonna go do this, and you're like, okay, I don't care, cool. You got a hobby, great.
And then she comes back like 5 minutes later. She's like, are you coming with me or not? I'm like, thought this was your thing. I didn't realize it required my involvement. All right.
Oh, we're totally the cat.
It still kills me. Stephanie goes to bed at like 7 o'clock. I work fucking nights. I'm used.
We're
to
like the loyal cat, so
I'm
we're
used
not
to
we're not like the stray cats.
I'm used to sleeping when the sun's out, just not in the PM hours. And
yeah, I only throw up on the floor every now and then.
she's like, I'm going to bed, and then 15 minutes later, she's like, are you coming? I'm like, the sun's not even down. What do you mean? It's 7 o'clock. I'm like, no, I'll be in bed at about 2 a.m. I was like, how is this? I've been working the same job for almost 3 years. How have you not figured this out yet?
She's just telling you she wants the bone.
Well, depends on if she's finished off the bottle of wine or she's only halfway through it. If she's halfway through it, she wants to watch a TV show. But if it's gone, then she just wants to use me and then tell me go away.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, totally fine.
Lucky for your body.
Let's have a pity party.
Speaking of women who like to do the nasty, you got that clip of Kamala we were talking about earlier? Trey, that was your cue to throw up there.
This one?
That's the one. Oh gosh.
Remember Venn diagrams, those three circles, right? And then let's just see where they overlap. You will not be surprised because I have constructed a Venn diagram on this. Remember those three circles, how they overlap? I love Venn diagrams. So I just do. Whenever you're dealing with conflict, pull out a Venn diagram, right? And so, you know, the three circles. The television coverage of just yesterday, that's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet, based on what we've just been able to see. And because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened, but just limited to what we have seen. For us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present. I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been, you know?
6 former administration officials last week wrote that open letter urging the administration to change course, to change strategy. Is it time?
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
Our Supreme Court is
I
on the
haven't
line.
watched this.
Our
I hope it
basic
has the
freedoms
Ukraine
are
one.
being tested, Madam VP. I know you've been traveling across the country. What are you hearing?
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets, and let me tell you, you're right,
Mhm.
Taraji. There is so much at
So
stake in this moment.
they don't. It's weird to me that they don't have like the FaceTime.
What did you say the other day, Dag?
The majority of us
She spilled her hot sauce
in
on her
freedom
pack of
and
Newports or something.
equality. But these extremists,
Newports that are mixtapes.
as they say,
Yeah, that's it.
No, this one doesn't have the Ukraine one, sadly.
That was the one. She's on the Breakfast Club, and she's like, "Ukraine is a country in Europe. Russia is a bigger country." Like,
They invaded it. That's wrong. Never mind the
Yeah,
U.S. and our policies, but you know.
Yeah, let me tell you, the Republicans are absolutely shaking in their boots at the prospect of Kamala Harris being the Democrat nominee.
all right,
So are the Democrats.
so Dag, there was an old wrestler named Kamala, big dark fella. Played the whole role of like bone in his nose type of feller. Back in the day when
Nice.
wrestling was cartoons. So like,
Yeah,
there's been
yeah,
a
we can
lot
still
of
do
good,
that.
a lot of good memes, like Hulk Hogan versus Kamala ever since. Yeah, good stuff.
Look at
Hang
this.
on, I think I got it.
Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong.
Can I translate? Listen here, you black people. I'm going to talk down to you. That's basically what she's saying here.
Imagine Russia's one circle and Ukraine's another circle, and you put
On the
them close
Venn
enough
diagram.
together so they overlap. Now, what's funny, I just realized she said a Venn diagram is 3 circles, and it's not 3 circles; it's 2 circles. You dumb bitch.
Well, no, you can have a Venn diagram of.
Yeah, you
as many
can. You're
circles.
right. You can
Yeah.
have 10 circles.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kamala.
Ooh, Trey, I'm good at math and graphs.
Yeah,
The bare minimum is 2. You're right.
I mean, you can have a million, like, but usually people do 2 or 3. Yeah.
Hell, you can come in first, you can come in last, you can come in second, third.
Dude, I have seen some of the Venn diagrams with like 12 circles, and whoever put that together, it was impressive. They had that was a lot of ADD and Adderall.
Well, they also probably enjoy trains.
Yeah, exactly.
What overlaps where it like the biggest thing is like picking the things like that are gonna overlap, because you're like, okay, I need to find things that are gonna overlap, because if you don't have anything that overlaps, I mean, like you just have like.
Right, or it's got to be something that, in whatever the one thing that overlaps. They're so different of items, but they have one thing that overlaps, and that's hilarious. That's the joke. A lot of times too with the comedy Venn diagrams, which is apparently a genre now.
Yep. I appreciate those.
Yeah, I do too. I couldn't pull it off. I'm like I said, I appreciate the train love dedication that goes into that. Yeah.
See, now y'all got me
Well,
looking at Venn diagrams.
Oh God, we've lost Justin.
I bet you Justin would be great at Venn diagrams. I'm surprised he
Yeah.
doesn't train more.
I'm just trying to figure out how to make these work now.
Oh, I was gonna.
Oh, this is great.
That was really
I was gonna
wild.
show that.
Huh? Anyway,
All right, that just looks like when I throw all the colors on the paper when I'm painting.
So I wonder what Venn diagram is for the people who watch this and who actually.
I'm Bill Ligel. I'm running for governor to crack down on illegal immigration.
Él es Bill Ligel y tomará medidas enérgicas contra la inmigración ilegal.
No more taxpayer handouts for illegals, period. Nada. Zilch. Zero.
No más ilegales, no más dinero, no más fiestas.
We're throwing them in jail.
No más fiestas.
Sending them back where they came from.
Ay, caramba.
Fucking Bumble. He went full Bumblebee
It's
guy
time
at the
to take
end.
Missouri back.
Ay, caramba.
De arriba.
oh my god, that was awesome. All
Throwing them
political.
in jail and sending them back.
Wait,
Missouri's one of those weird states where like a lot of this like news, like with the laws that come out, it's like, yeah, they're fucking really, really pro 2A and stuff like that, and it's also a shithole at the same time, and I would never live there.
It's just because St. Louis. St. Louis.
Yeah.
is
Well,
hellhole.
no.
Well,
More specifically,
and
East
like
St.
Chicago's
Louis.
right above it too, right? So doesn't a lot of Chicago shit trickle down?
Yeah.
Like that's where the rich people have their vacation homes, is Missouri.
Yeah, there's trickle down thugonomics.
Yeah.
Well, and then you've
Where,
also got. Then you've also got.
I think that's where,
Kansas
like,
City on the other side of the state.
No, I can't remember if it's there. I think there was Rick Ross has like a home in somewhere like that, like, just like in the middle of like Missouri or something like that.
Well, his grandfolks probably from there. Well, yeah, I mean, come on, nobody's from Miami for that long. Miami wasn't even a city until like the 20s.
Yeah.
Ah, the roaring 20s, yes. We'll
Yeah.
build these houses on sand.
Well, there was a hurricane that came through and like destroyed it when it was like tiny, and they were like, "Well, we can safely build a city here now because it'll never happen again." And then like another one came through like 5 years later and killed like thousands of people. Oh, developers.
Both the
Flagler.
smartest and dumbest people ever.
Yep, it goes back to like our talk about like engineers. You know, they're how engineers are like really smart but really narrow focused. You know, which causes them to do dumb things. Same kind of thing with developers. You know, they can pull off some amazing shit, but you know they get the fuck out of town before it all falls apart.
Speaking of it all falling apart, I wonder if this counts as it falling apart. Apparently, Black Lives Matter. Justin posted this timeline event Sunday. Joe Biden drops out. Kamala Harris announces his campaign with Biden endorsement. Kamala says she's going to work hard to earn the nomination. She makes calls to the party delegates. Continues to make calls to party delegates. Makes 2 public speeches. They announced Kamala secured enough for the Democratic nominee Monday night. Which I didn't see anything out of DNC. Which, you know, I saw a lot of RNC, you know, stuff, videos and stuff. I didn't see nary a video coming out of the DNC, so that's really weird.
Unless you're like really political, like pro-Democrat black lady, black people fucking hate her.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like they released this whole letter or whatever.
I'd say, did you read? Did you read the full statement, the letter? Hang on, let me pull it up because it is.
Dag,
this right here.
Dag, do you know who Charleston White is?
I do not.
All right, I'll try to pull it up. Go ahead.
So,
Continue. My bad.
This is like fucking scathing. They said, while Joe Biden wasn't our preferred candidate, we cannot ignore the troubling actions of the Democratic Party. The DNC refused to host debates during the primary, even though a vast majority of Democratic voters wanted them. This would have likely allowed America to see the decline of Joe Biden in 2023. The DNC changed the primary schedule and created rules that made it almost impossible for non-Biden candidates to appear on the ballot, effectively clearing the field of any challengers to the incumbent president. Following the primary, where millions of black voters weighed in after one poor debate performance, the DNC party elites and billionaire donors bullied Joe Biden out of the race. Now Democratic Party elites and billionaire donors are attempting to manipulate black voters by anointing Kamala Harris and an unknown vice president as the new Democratic ticket without a primary vote by the public. This blatant disregard for democratic principles is unacceptable. While the potential outcome of a Harris presidency may be historic, the process to achieve it must align with true democratic values. We have no idea where Kamala Harris stands on the issues now that she has assumed Joe Biden's place, and we have no idea of the record of her potential vice president because we don't even know who it is yet. This caught me off guard. I was like, "Oh, holy shit!" I forgot I didn't mute or block Black Lives Matter because they have actually been. This is like the craziest. This is why we live in the best timeline. Like the craziest thing was like BLM really got on board, like ran hard for Joe Biden leading up to the 2020 election. Following the Summer of Love, and then within less than a year after Biden gets elected and takes office, BLM puts out like this big statement that said, you promised us all this stuff. You said we were going to do all of this. You were going to meet with us. We hadn't even got a fucking phone call. Like, where is all of this support? It's like,
you won't meet with the Black Caucus?
it's really cute that.
Well,
no,
puppets, they actually did. There's a dude in South Carolina that's got a lot of political power. I don't know if he's part of the Black Caucus, but he has like political power that way, and like I think that's how she actually got on the ballot to be Joe's VP.
Here's what it is.
Nice. All right, so this is Charleston White. I can't believe I have not introduced you guys to him before. You may have seen clips. Horrible human being, but he's fucking hilarious.
Man, they got me fucked up. I wouldn't dare vote for no black bitch. Now, listen, I was raised by black women. I got a grandmother, I got black sisters, but I wouldn't dare put no black woman in no motherfucking position of the White House. The commander-in-chief of the military, a black woman. Not only that, a mixed black bitch married to a white man. Her pH balance is way off with that white bitch. Man, you can't make me believe. Hell no. Man, Kamala Harris got a white boy. Her pH balance is off, and her mental stability got to be off. A hoe would have thrown off pH balance unless she's sneaking and fucking a nigga. Now, if she's sneaking and fucking a nigga, then we might can let her be vice president. But there's no way. America, I'd rather for black people to go back to slavery than let a black woman run this goddamn country. Don't do it.
Don't do it. So what? Unfortunately for him, it's not going to matter what black people think, because have you seen the video of the Kamala Harris rally? Where was that?
With the recording of Biden allegedly.
No. There was some rally, and it was like the post was like, "What do you notice about this?" And it's literally just all white women. Like the whole rally is just nothing but white women. White women are the problem. I said I need the.
Yeah, it looks like.
Where'd it go? I think Steve posted it.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it was Wisconsin. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I've been
Stand back and stand down. We hear you loud and clear.
Sorry.
Stand back and stand
Wisconsin, I said. It's white people mecca.
Look at this. All the white women. There's like one black guy. And then two black guys.
Two black guys, a whole bunch of white women. And that's it.
I see a couple Asians, maybe.
I'm gonna be honest. I think women's suffrage caused women suffering.
Yes,
you ain't wrong.
Yes. Well, see, they got to do these in like smaller venues so that it looks like there's more people there, because they figured out they were doing all these like public things with Joe Biden, and they were doing them like out in open fields and stuff, and there's just like nobody there.
Oh, now they care about optics.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Trump can't do any of his rallies in open fields anymore.
Well,
they said
or fairgrounds.
I mean, maybe the Secret Service, the head of the Secret Service, stepped down after she got just absolutely.
Fuck you, Jim. That's funny.
So the head of the Secret Service stepped down after she got absolutely roasted by Congress this week. She resigned yesterday morning.
Kamala is the 3/5 compromise that we.
Yes, the head of the Secret Service was a lady.
Oh, is that all the memes?
She used to work for.
That's her. Oh,
she used to work for Pepsi.
Not the
Pepsi Frito-Lay.
Not the one that was. Not the meme with the Secret Service agent, but the one.
Okay. The actual head. The actual head of the.
Okay.
Yeah, she was one of those incompetency type of hires appointments.
Gotcha.
I don't have the clip available. Did you guys see the one where they brought her in front of like Congress or whatever, and they're like, I think you need to go back to Garden Doritos, you know, because she used to work for Pepsi, Dorito, Frito-Lay.
And Elon Musk had made the joke that before this she was guarding Doritos.
Cheeto. No, didn't he call her like Director Cheeto or something? Like,
Nice.
But it's okay. They
Missed
found
that
her.
one.
They found her replacement already. Meet the new director of Secret Service, Hillary Clinton. She has stated that on her watch there will be 0 failed assassination attempts.
Still some suicides, but no assassination attempts.
No, 0 failed. You didn't get it, Doug. 0 failed.
Oh, I get it. I got you. Wordplay. That's funny.
You know, I really wonder what Biden's going to have to say today. You know, maybe he's going to give an address similar to this one here.
My fellow Americans, I want to take a moment to address some of the hateful shit you've been talking about me. Many of you have said I am suffering from brain worms, or that I have applesauce for brains. Well, I won't mince words, so here it is. Fuck you. You're all a bunch of faggots. End of quote. Repeat the line. So enjoy President Cackles or President Booty Juice? I really don't give a fuck anymore.
Where's this Biden been? God, man, now that he's getting out, he's turning base.
It's 80s. That was 80s and 90s Biden.
Ah, I gotcha.
They brought him to the future. They brought young Biden to the future.
Young, he was still old as fuck in the 80s and 90s.
I might vote for that Biden.
Right?
Listen here.
Look, we gotta take care. Hey, we gotta take care of these super predators. You know, they're just out there.
You fuck faces.
I bet I could do more push-ups than you.
Really, a presidential candidate using the term fuckface would really put them like way up my rankings. I don't care what any of their other policies are. If I just hear them use the word fuckface like in a public speech or something like that, I'm like, whoa, I'm listening.
There's got to be a clip of Trump doing that somewhere. Like maybe not that exactly, but something similar, or maybe it was like one of those undercover golf course videos.
He did. He said MF, but yeah, he's never. I don't think he's said that one.
Ah, so he's keeping it strictly Attitude Era
Yeah.
of wrestling. All right, got it.
Oh fuck! Wait, that's like the only books he reads are like books written by ex-wrestlers and shit, you know, or like Ed McMahon or something.
Oh, the Chris Benoit memoirs.
You've got to be through so much.
How to Kill Your Family with a Bowflex.
Jake the Snake, you've never led me astray.
Dude, I love Jake the Snake. Unironically, that guy is a hilarious storyteller. Has old Wayne showed you some of his stuff?
No, I'm a little bit familiar with his Dark Side of the Ring. I haven't seen the whole thing, but his Dark Side of the Ring was pretty funny with him smoking crack.
Yeah.
What's up? He's like looking in the mirror and he's like, you ever wonder if it's like person looking back in the mirror is like your worst enemy or some shit? Your best friend or your worst enemy? Some highly profound Hunter Biden-esque crack thought.
I found it. See, here's what we, this is the Biden we need now. Like this is the Biden we need in 2024.
For AIDS, there's no shame in being tested for AIDS. It's an important thing because the fact of the matter is, in the community,
What's wrong, Barry?
Engaged in denial. We're engaged in denial. No one wants to talk about it in the community. And we do not have enough leaders in the community and outside the community demanding we face the reality, confront the men in the community, as well as the women, letting them know there are alternatives. Thank you.
I found a leaked preview of Biden's actual speech for tonight.
Did he just out Barry there?
Probably.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. Over the past few days, there has been a lot of speculation that I was dead. I'm here to say in no uncertain terms that is totally retarded. I just needed a few days at my Delaware beach house to eat, sleep, food, repeat. One last thing. I want to wish a very, very special fuck you to George Clooney. Worst fucking Batman.
He was.
Disgusting, nipples protruding in his bat suit. Very, very disrespectful. Miss me with that gay shit. Biden out.
I love these AI.
Biden out.
Well, the nipples protruding, that's a trap.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great that in 2016 the Biden memes were everything that made the election great, and now here we are in 2024, and the Biden memes are going to be everything that makes the election great one more time? Like they need to make it Trump Hillary 2.0, just so it can be like 2016 all over again. We get the Biden memes, we get Trump and Hillary yelling at each other. Like, come on, please, just do it for me.
We still might get some good stuff out of a Trump Kamala debate. Let's be real.
It's like going to see like an old band you love. You know, it's like, yeah, I know you got a new album. Just play the hits.
They're gonna have to like, instead of the way they were doing it whenever Trump and Biden had their debate, where they've got both of them up on the screen at the same time, like they're gonna have to just turn the camera off on Trump, because he's gonna be over there every time Kamala's up there talking, just going, making faces and gestures and stuff.
Do you guys remember the one where the one debate with him and Hillary, where they were like, they wanted to make it feel like, hey, it's more relaxed and everything, and they could walk around, and he just kind of like walked around, looming over her when she was like answering questions.
Oh, the looming! I remember the looming. The misogynist.
Just like
yeah, that's what all the.
That's when he did the because you'd be in jail.
Yeah. Yeah, just play the hits. That's all I want. I want to hear Freebird. I don't give a shit about your new album where half your band's dead now.
You had to replace him with third-rate guitarist or whatever.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got it. If I can get it to pull up. This is the best video of that debate.
It's gonna be the shirt guy.
God, she's dressed like she's like fucking going to Hogwarts.
No, I never felt like this before. Yes, I swear.
It's the truth.
And I owe it all to you.
Had the time of my life, and
I love these like lip sync videos.
I've been waiting for so long now. I found someone to stand by me.
Saw the writing on the wall as we felt this magical fantasy.
Nobody puts Baby in a corner. Hey, there's the dude.
With passion in our eyes, there's no way we could disguise secretly. So we take each other's hand, cause we seem to understand the urgency.
There's Sweater Vest guy.
Yeah, he had a name. I forgot.
Yeah, but everybody just called him Sweater Vest guy.
Well, everybody calls him Toad now.
That's probably because everybody is fundamentally retarded.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.